it just goes everywhere.
Today we're tackling the windows again. Oh, you are.
This is going a bit too well. Oh, severe man flu. Good morning. Found those T25 keys. See if I can get it started. I'm not getting fuel out from the filter in the pump, so I'm going to try and...
This one here, or this one here.
It's a Malpassi fuel regulator. I don't know anything about them.
And how they can help your car run.
Bloody dropped the spring, didn't I? Found it now. Thought something has to be missing because it just wasn't letting anything through, and I pressed the little button inside it, squirts petrol everywhere, so glad I found that. This spring goes in here, so it must, when I took it off initially to measure the size of the filter, it must have pinged out. That's good enough for now. I've got my filler ready to put a light skim around the edge just to smooth it all out, and there's a couple little thin bits here. Get it up to temperature first though, because it's pretty cold today. I start off with the best intentions of being tidy with this stuff, it just goes everywhere. Oh God. Day 2?
Day 2. Today we're tackling the windows again. Oh, you are.
What are you doing?
I might get some white
get some gloves
spirit
on. You can clear off the paintwork.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'd like to do that.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I'll get you the white spirit now.
Alright.
I can't remember if I said yesterday, but the welder man came. He's going to sort the sliding door and the windscreen, bottom bit, with the repair panels. But he said the window surrounds are a bit far gone and too thin to actually weld, so he's given me a way I can repair them somewhat and at least get the windows back in. This is, he said that would just blow, so I've got some little strips of metal to go on the back edge, and we can sort of either pop them on with at least sealant and maybe a weld, like spot weld 4 inches apart I think he said, and cover that up. Right, you want some white spirit?
Yeah.
Just Danny just did what I did last week, smack shin straight in the side. It hurts, doesn't it?
Why did it do that?
You got caught under the gazebo that's not touching the floor and whack your shin in there. I'll tell you what, when you don't think you're going to hit anything, you put that much pressure on it. Oh, say ouch.
Oh.
Walk it off, little soldier. How you get on?
Yeah, it's coming off. Some bits try not to scratch the
Yeah.
bit, but it's hard.
Don't worry too much, I'm going to have to paint part of this anyway if you want.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the most of the like residue bit off.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. It feels like mud, but it's like stuck in.
I might do some grinding next if you want to put your fenders on. I'll be behind you.
everybody. 10 hours later. I know how long Joe has on lunch breaks now.
Not that
Whilst
long.
I'm at work,
You wanted
having
to
a
eat.
1 hour break. Joe's got about 3 hours.
2-3 coffees later.
Ow, ow, ow.
Have you done that one?
Ow!
What if you've taken it off through? Got it? Alright, that's a little what you've done then.
Not perfect. I still need to do it a bit more.
That's a
but
lot better, isn't it?
it's a bit better, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite hard. I don't want to scratch it. My hands feel horrible now. Yeah, it's
That's
taken
nice.
a while, but
We can paint that whole floor area in one then.
yeah. I mean, I still need quite a bit, done it. Try again tomorrow. I've got to go do a meeting now, so
Bye.
bye.
Good morning, everybody. Just come up for some early morning, well, relatively early morning, it's like 9 AM, welding lessons for myself. Don't know if you can remember the dodgy welder from a few episodes ago. I just powered it on, got a test piece of metal. I thought, oh, sod it, I'll just flick a couple switches here. I went from min up to medium, and then low up to high. Couple spot welds. Look at the penetration on that now. Gorgeous. I mean, the wire speed might be a little higher, it's quite a big pull, but can't believe it. I was struggling like mad. Struggling like mad on them footwells. Well, that's giving me a bit of confidence. The plan for the window surrounds, got some stripped metal in behind to reinforce it, and then drill some holes like a couple of you suggested, and my dad's welder friend suggested. Holes every 100mm, and then spot weld through, and I can fill this, and that won't affect its water tightness. It'll just mean it's got some meat for the trim, because the trim comes down here to hold on to. A bit more practicing, I'll have a go at that in a minute. I burnt a little hole at the start, but as much more like it penetrated too. But yeah, now I can finish off the other step. I was really struggling to get that to do anything sensible. I forgot how hard it is filming around here though. Just ran out of gas, haven't I? And there's none local until next day delivery tomorrow. Well, next day collection. The oil filter I ordered a couple of days ago has just turned up. I've got the strainer. I've got the oil. So there's an oil change. I've just left the engine running for a bit to get it up to temperature, so hopefully it'll drain down properly. This tripod's awful, so it's not standing up. That's a great start. Right, first job, see if I can undo the sump. I'm worried I'm going to burn my ear if that touches it. Smaller than that, that big. Smaller? Let's try that. Sump came undone easy enough. Strainer as well, that's nice. Ow, it's hot. Ready? Pretty. One strainer. Pretty clean. These are only £6, so I thought I'd change it anyway. Can't see any metal filings or anything untoward, which is good. Now I've just got to try and get the oil filter off. Hey, that's not that easy. Bloody hell. This is going a bit too well. Oh, come on, there we go. New strainer it goes. New gasket, bit of oil on that, new strainer. Oh, don't do that. Goes up there, that goes up in there. Some new filter. I don't know what a dipstick is on this. So funny. Right. Take that off. Filling oil up on this is quite difficult. because you've got to sort of set down in, you can't get a bottle in. So any of the people following us from our boat channel might recognise this off the cooling system. This is a spare one off the boat. I just put that in like that. There we go. I think these take about 4 litres, 4.5 litres, so 5 would be plenty. I'll just keep checking the dipstick as I go. 1.5 left. Good morning everybody. I don't know what day this is in the week. Today's priority though, I've got the welding guy come in, not tomorrow, the next day, on Saturday, and he wants me to cut this out ready for him and prep it just so he can come across, weld it and be gone. Problem is, I don't know if you can remember the footwell, but I cut too big a hole and I'm worried I'm going to do the same again. So I'm going to put every single ounce of my thought into this. I'm a bit scared. I don't know if I said I've taken a load of bolts out the dash so we can get to the back of it. I don't know if I filmed that or not. I'll try and find a Sharpie and get this, cut this to size. Then I can mark it and then cut well within that so I can always grind a little bit back more. Let's do it. Good morning everybody. I've got a bit of a cold, so sorry if I sound a bit grumpy. The welding man's been. Ta-da! That one's sorted. This one over here needs a bit more filling. But it's got the main sort of seal up there. That needs a bit more work. He's also done a couple bits of the sides for us. Doesn't look pretty, but after a bit of filler and stuff, it's going to be watertight, which is the main bit. Morning, Danni. You having fun?
I love it. Having the best time.
And the sliding door is virtually done. I managed to get the outer skin on, and then the guy put the structural bit on the inside for us. That's all on. Just needs folding over on the sides to tidy that up with some pliers or something. We just tested the paint I got off eBay, colour matched. Get there, should be right. I'm going to do that around the windows, sliding door. Yeah, so for now I'm just going to crack on, get that filler in on the windscreen, try and get the windscreen back in ASAP, and then work on the side windows after.
So since leaving you yesterday, my cold has developed into severe man flu. And yes, this is Danny's dressing gown. I'm going to wrap this week up, have a bit of a rest, and then crack on with this monstrosity over the next few days. We've now got 1.5 weeks until this goes in for its pre-MOT for the brakes and everything to be checked over. So it really is going to be pushing it. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully sand back, build up some primer and stuff on these bits, get the windows back in, and the seats and the dashboard, and then at least it can go in for its MOT. I've got new tyres coming on Friday to be fitted to the new wheels. I need to order spacers and bolts for that. But yeah, hopefully once the window's back in, it should start coming together. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to our patrons. I'll see you next week for more antics, more shenanigans.